So now that we are done talking about the new Xbox One reveal, let's talk a bit about Bioshock again. Again, I know this game's been out for a while now, and I'm sure many of you have completed the game. Maybe even multiple times. Or maybe you watched a lot of different videos. I know I've kind of been lagging behind. But that's the problem when things get busy. And a lot of things going on in your life.
Veterans! You shed your heart's blood for Columbia! Lost limb and viscera in the godless Orient! Comstock did nothing! And yet, look up! Whose image squats above you even now? At every angle and insult! If the prophet would make a painted whore of our past, what fresh rape does our future hold? Let us now make our stand and fill yonder hole with true heroes!
So now that Slate's done talking, I can begin talking. As Elizabeth just finds a sniper rifle randomly. Now, things have been going busy. I know I've been doing some Smite gameplay videos, and again, if you guys haven't seen Smite, I suggest you guys check it out. It's a lot of fun. Smite is a MOBA, kind of like League of Legends or Dota, so definitely try and check it out. And it should be pop up in the bottom left of your screen every now and then, a new Smite video. Now, I did mention it a bit in the past few videos, but I have gotten my YouTube partnership, so that's why I'm trying to branch out and get different games on the channel. I also suggest anytime, if you guys want to see a specific game type, whatever you guys want to see, put it in the comment section. Let me see, and I'll see if I can get it. I have a number of games. I've played all different types of games, but I want to see what you guys want to watch and what you guys would enjoy watching. Let me know. As long as it's nothing too ridiculous, I should be able to do it. I mean, like I said, I can do Bioshock because it's a popular game. Assassin's Creed, but Assassin's Creed is a bit tricky. The reason why I'm doing a gameplay commentary with Bioshock, besides the fact that it is a great game, is it's rather linear. Games like Final Fantasy, Assassin's Creed, Mass Effect, Borderlands, Prototype, those games are a bit more open-ended in the world, so it's hard because you spend half the time running around or grinding to gain levels or on the same mission 8,000 times because you gotta beat a time trial. That last one goes towards Prototype, by the way. And I don't know, I feel that with gameplay commentaries, they're tricky, because I know commentaries are more than just about the game, which is something that I agree and I disagree about. I feel sometimes you should commentate about the actual game. Might not do a play-by-play analysis, but it's always good to help, because I know back when I started playing Modern Warfare 2, I went and I looked up videos for Call of Duty to get tips and tricks. And you know, I stumbled upon Machinima, and I got Hutch and all of them, all the big names back then. And that's how I learned different tricks of the trade, learned different play styles.
Thanks.
And yeah, I stayed and I watched their videos because their commentary was funny. But I still enjoy the game. Sometimes people just put up the gameplay just as a backdrop to talk, which is kind of what I'm doing now with some of these Bioshock videos. Just because talking about every little detail and going, oh look, I'm gonna go kill this guy, I'm gonna go hit this person with a mother of crows, or Elizabeth found this item and now she's gonna throw it to me. You don't have to hear every little bit. You have eyes, you can see the game. You have ears, you can hear them talking. I put subtitles on for this very reason. So that's why I feel I can talk over this game and let it play in the background. Stop doing cutscenes. Stop doing voxophone. Stop doing any major conversations. And there are a few conversations coming up in the next few videos about Slate and Comstock and Booker and how they all interact with one another. But we are now in the Hall of Heroes finally. So now we're getting closer to finding Slate and closer to finding Shock Jockey that we need to power up the gondola for the First Lady Aerodrome. It is kind of interesting, I will point out that the Shock Jockey, which is basically the electric type ability, is this late in the game. In the old Bioshock, they gave it to us near the beginnings a lot. And then stuff like fucking Bronco or Possession, maybe even Devil's Crow. So Murder of Crows, which I won. A little bit later on in the game, the more utility-based ones. One thing I do miss about this Bioshock game, which I know it's set in a different world, but I do miss the Big Daddy aspect of the game. The fact that, you know, everybody remembers walking through a hallway and they see the Big Daddy and the little sister and you go, oh shit, things are about to get serious. Do I run? Do I try to kill the Big Daddy so I can get the atom from the little sister? Who knows? Maybe Slate knows.
Call us
He's
assassins
voxophone.
when our work is done. Cornelius Slate, the swift left hook of the Vox Populi. We'll be trading Comstock's life for a new one. So be it. The Fitzroy woman and I are comrades of necessity. I doubt all the men who reddened Caesar's toga would still be seen breaking bread together in peacetime. Comstock gone. My men's past deeds will be sacred, and they will claim the spoils to them. I need not live to see it.
So, let's talk about his history. Those two guys came at the wrong time, they died. Sucks to be them. Let's move on.
Our prophet, Father Comstock, commander of the 7th Cavalry.
That man did not lead the 7th. Hell, I don't even remember the guy.
Corporal DeWitt proved his worth on the field that day.
Well, I'll be. Slate? Is that you?
You've always been different, haven't you, Booker? You crave no glory.
Look, I see you're caught up in some kind of jam here. If you could see fit to let us through to where they keep this shock jockey, then we'll...
That tin soldier, Comstock, once my boy's dead. We won't die at his hands.
Shh. There's going to be trouble.
All my men have left is a choice. Die at the hands of a tin soldier, or a real one!
So now it's time for stuff to get serious here. And this is why you bring out an RPG. Start blowing up when before enemies come. RPG.
You see, you're a killer, Booker. Like it or not.
Just give us the shock jockey.
If you want the vigor, Booker, you will give my men a soldier's death. They wait for you in Wounded Knee and Bakey.
So, Slade's obviously gone crazy, but at least we finally have a new side villain. That was one of the things I enjoyed in the past Bioshock games.
I'll try to keep
How you would go into an area and
the
there
right
would be
materials aren't always at hand.
a boss of that area, kind of guy that like a guy that would run that district, or that had the key you needed. Here we see what's happened to Slade's statue, as opposed to the Comstock statue outside that says he leads the 7th, but he obviously did not. Slade's obviously mad that Comstock took all the glory when he never fought, and Slade has none of it. Also, we have found another infusion and a silver bar and a lockpick back here. Which brings the point that in these games, it's always good to check every door, every corner, and to check especially if enemies come out of a side room, always check what's in that room. More salt, so you see there's always things you can find. Or radio, but I don't want to hit the radio because I believe I said in the previous video, radios are annoying. They're nice for like 2 minutes, the nice ambient 20s music or something along those ways, but not hearing that 8,000 times. It's just annoying. So we have the Battle of Wounded Knee, the Boxer Rebellion, door number 3 that we don't know yet. So he said the Battle of Wounded Knee, so let's go check out what's in the Wounded Knee section after we go see what these vendors have. Get some more ammo.
The Tin Soldier has taken credit for the deeds of the real ones. Now your companion, young lady, he wrapped himself in glory on December 29, 1890.
What does he mean?
You don't want to know.
So we're learning a bit more about Booker in this part of the game, that he was at Battle of Wounded Knee, the Boxer Rebellion. He was a soldier. Gonna go back into the Employer's Only room and mess this guy up. He died pretty fast actually. So, get some more gear. The gears I'm honestly at this point just browsing through. They were cool idea at first, but they need to get better abilities, I think. A lot of the abilities are very similar in their fashion and their design. So it kind of makes you go, okay, that's nice, but who really cares? It doesn't play a big factor in your gameplay.
With hue and cry, with hatchet red, they danced amongst our noble dead. But when our soldiers took the field, the savage horde could only yield.
You were there. At Wounded Knee. I can see it in your face.
So here we are at the end of the display.
Tell her how we strode that battlefield like the heroes of Sparta. I still hear the screams. It's Comstock. Here's the soldier I spoke of. The kind of man Comstock pretended to be. See if I told you true.
So it's kind of strange if you think about it and if you pay attention to what Slade is saying. Like he's basically telling these people to go here so I can kill them. Because he knows they're gonna be dead, but he wants them to die by the true heroes hand, like Booker, as opposed to a fake warrior or, in his eyes, tin soldier, like Comstock and his men. This guy needs to calm himself right now. He's gonna get his eye gone. One guy. RPG! RPG one guy? Who cares? Let's do it.
Much obliged.
Nice. 2 people? RPG. We have a crow over here, so the crow sadly can take more than one RPG hit. And there I actually did take a second while I was debating to pull the trigger. But I'm like, I'm gonna probably kill myself if I fire this right now. But if he walks away from me like that, I set him on fire. Shoot him down, he's dead.
You see the man that Comstock wishes he was? A real
I don't want to
soldier.
do this, Slade. Just give me what I need.
I will. After you do the same for me. Come and look for me amongst the boxers.
Who are the boxers?
The Chinese. He means us to head to the other display.
Can you hear Comstock's tin soldiers coming to silence us? But we are the true patriots. The history that does not fit in their books.
So, we're not done with the Battle of Wounded Knee. We had our own little battle at Peking. Not Peking, actually. Battle of Wounded Knee, sorry. Peking is the Box of Rebellion. So now we're going to head over to the Box of Rebellion display, which is probably going to be something similar to this one, just Chinese. You have Patrol. He gets a nice group of crows at his feet, followed by an RPG combo. Great 1-2 punch. I don't think they really had a chance. The little Chinese are portrayed as goblins, by the way. Quite the interesting way to display the Chinese. This game definitely plays towards that time when other races were looked at as monsters. Chinese, blacks. I show about all the racism kind of set throughout Colombia with the white only, black only restrooms. So now we're gonna go and head over after we do a few more shopping, see if I can afford anything.